tons of respect for Oklahoma. What we just did is not easy to do. They don't just let people come up in here and beat them. And they do an excellent job. I have so much respect for Jenny, and she's been kicking my butt since we started to play, before she even came to the SEC. I got 10 new players, man. I got 10 new players, and I got 2 players that are playing new roles. So I have a brand new team. But I was really grateful for the Texas loss and the Texas game. I thought it prepared us for tonight. And after we lost to Texas, I told my team, I said, if they're number 2, then I guess we're number 3. All right? And so, like, we just never stopped believing in ourselves. And, you know, this is just the beginning. This is only our 3rd game. I wish this was the end, right? And then we can say, yeah. But this is just our 3rd game, and we'll just continue to learn and grow.
Questions for Coach?
Cody, Tyler DeLuca, no cap space. I'm interested for this one. The mid-range was just dominant over the course of this. As you're reading through this game, obviously they have some tough defenders. That'd be Sahara Williams that can play you physically in the perimeter, Reagan when you get to the rim. How are you kind of finding the balance in this offensively and being able to dominate in that way?
Yeah, I mean, just going back off, learning from the Texas game. You know, me and Coach Yale have a lot of conversations, but specifically just letting the game come to me and kind of making the right reads is what I struggled with in the Texas game. And I just know, like, this is a pretty big game. We needed this win. And so I had to adjust and just take coaching with that. And so I just came out, just made the right read. She told me that the shot's going to be there. So look to shoot it, be confident. And then if it's not there, just make the right reads out of that. And, yeah.
Cody, it felt like when OU made that run in the 4th, you guys just kept responding. What was that about you guys and your mindset there late in the game?
I mean, you know, we've just been working on just being the tougher team. I mean, practice has been, we got to push through. And, I mean, the stuff Coach Joe has been having us doing this week literally was for moments like this. So we just had to, you know, push through our breaking point and making sure that we don't have a breaking point. We keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And ultimately, that's what we did.
Any more questions for Cody? Okay, do we have any questions online?
Any questions for Cody?
Okay, thank you, Cody. You're good to go.
Congratulations.
Okay, we'll go to questions for Coach Yale.
Coach, what do you feel like was the key defensively in the first half to limiting Leah Chavez the way that you guys did?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's so talented. You have to pay a lot of attention to her, but she's also a volume shooter. And so we tried to keep her hand in her face every single time. And, you know, I'm trying to think who they've played. We've probably been the most physical team she's played. Now, she has to see Texas and South Carolina and all those people, and I'm sure she'll use this film and learn from it. But this was her first one where, like, we really honed in. Maybe UCLA did. I don't remember. I didn't watch that game, but I mean, she's good enough for us to have to really focus. And I thought we wanted to keep a hand on her. And then in the second half, my team was almost like surprised she was making those shots, and it was like, no, you watch the film. Like, she's unassuming, so, you know. But that's what we did. And we just tried to tire her out. So we knew we didn't feel like she would have the legs at the end. And she had a crucial shot she missed, and it was because of our defense for the whole time. She didn't have the legs at the end.
Coach, sticking with Aaliyah, just what impressed you the most with the way
Yeah.
she played the second half?
Well, I mean, I've always been a fan of her, you know. So, like, I mean, she's a great player. That's what the SEC is about. You know, I felt like when she chose Oklahoma, I was like, wow, that's like a really good decision for her. Sometimes people make decisions because they want to get caught up in the hype or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying Oklahoma doesn't have hype, but she could have easily done something else. But this program really fits her. So when she did it, I was like, man, that really makes sense. So, you know, I got a player for 4 more years.
Coach, how hard is it to win in this league, especially on the road? And I don't know your schedule off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I know OU's about to face like 3 top 5
Yeah.
teams in the next
Yeah.
few weeks. I mean, how difficult is this league?
The SEC is a gauntlet, you know. After we played Texas, I remember someone said, well, who you have next? as another number 5 team in the country in Oklahoma on the road. But that's what players come here for. You don't come to the Southeastern Conference if you don't want to play high-level basketball night in and night out. That's what makes it fun. I know for me, I have a lot of respect for the coaches in this league, and I'm one of the deans now. I've been here 8 years, so the league is unforgiving, and the league is so unforgiving that you could have a high like this, and then you play someone that maybe has 4 wins and they beat you. So like you really have to flush this after tonight. I'm anxious to watch our football team to see if they're beating Miami or whatever the case. We got a score?
17-13.
Who, us? Okay, I feel good about that. But, it's an unforgiving league, but that's what makes it special.
Coach, you mentioned, first off, congratulations on the win. But
Thanks.
You mentioned the new players on the team, but you also mentioned the toughness of this team, which is something that has been Ole Miss women's basketball since you arrived there. How has this group in particular kind of taken to that character trait of Ole Miss women's basketball, and how did it translate now into, again, obviously the close one against Texas, but now getting over the hump against Oklahoma?
They're buying in, and that's a great question. Out of all the teams I've had, I've really enjoyed coaching this team the most. Mostly because they are so hungry for knowledge. They don't resist. They're like, anytime I talk, they're locked in to what I'm saying. They're listening, and they want it. And I feel like good kids deserve success, too. I know they say nice guys finish last, but, what I've been trying to do is teach them how to build a capacity. I think that's what makes Texas special. They do not die out. We're not there yet. So I played a lot of players. So because I don't want us to have a drop off. When you watch us, we're always the comeback kids. So I had to look and see, why is that? How do we have all this energy to come back down 19 all the time? I have to trust my bench. I have to give them some playing time so that the players that are there don't feel like they got a reserve. They know I'll give them a break. And then they get to come back in and be fresh. When we're fresh, I will play against anybody in the country. But when we're tired, we show a little bit of weakness. So our goal is to build that capacity. So in March, we're ready to go.
Any more questions? Okay, Michael.
Thank you. Shout out to Buddy Hill, my little brother. Shout out.